Hello, welcome. All sports takes predictions. Week three predictions. Last week, John increased his lead by another 2 games, meaning I'm about 10 or 8 games behind John, I think. Rough for people supporting me, but we bounce back. There's 16 weeks of football left for me to keep gaining ground. John picked the Patriots for Thursday night football. I picked the Jets, so hopefully we can get some ground there. And without further ado, I say we just get straight into it, John.
Let's get into it.
All right, Giants, Browns. Who do you got in that one?
I mean, Giants, they're just not looking the best. I mean, they probably could have won last game, but their kicker did get injured. So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and say they would have won that game.
Yep.
Browns surprised me this week by beating the Jags. Pretty boring game. I mean, watching Red Zone, I don't think they came on once in the second half of those first slate of games. So I was like, yeah, pretty boring game. That's what I expected. But I'll have the Browns winning this game 25-20 here. I mean, they're both not the best teams. I just think the Browns are a little bit better.
Yeah, I was watching both of those games, pretty diligently actually. Um,
Yeah.
Surprisingly, that comes as a surprise. I watched a lot of that Giants game. Giants looked really good. Me personally, I thought they looked really good. The offense looked really good. If they had a kicker, they're winning
Yeah.
that game. They're winning that game by like 7 points. Simple as that. It was unlucky that they didn't win, and like they had a field game winning field goal to win the game, right? But they had to go for it on fourth down because they don't have a kicker, and that's just unlucky. Browns look terrible. Browns look absolutely terrible. The only reason the Browns won that game is because the Jaguars looked worse. And so we're already gonna start opposing with one another. I
Mm,
have the Giants winning this one. I'm gonna go 26-19. Deshaun
mm,
Watson looked terrible. Browns look terrible. I'm hoping that the Giants can do something here. And then I
mm.
would say maybe one of the games of the week, 'cause I don't know how you're feeling about this one. Eagles and Saints. I'll go here. Um, I'm gonna have the Saints winning this one.
Okay.
It's a little crazy still. I mean, obviously the Saints have been probably one of the best teams, and the Eagles are coming off that bad loss. So I could totally see the Eagles like coming in statement game. We are one of the best teams in the NFL. Simultaneously, Saints look amazing. It's at home. Derek Carr looks amazing. I like the Saints offense balling out. I'm gonna have them winning 38-34.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, this has probably got to be the game of the week. I mean, it's just honestly, it could be one of the best games of the year, in my opinion. The Saints, I mean, you can't ask for a better start to the season. I mean, putting up two 40-plus point games. I mean, when's the last time that's happened? It's been a minute. So Saints looking good. Eagles, rough loss. I mean, they should have won the game. Saquon Barkley, crucial drop it down in the red zone. I'm going to say it that if he catches that, he's getting the first down. That's a W for the Eagles there. But they didn't get that and they lose the game, close game. But I got the Eagles here winning 33-30, really close game. I really think the Eagles are a good team. I mean, they should be 2-0. The Saints, I mean, it's hard for me to pick against the Saints, especially the way they've been playing. But I mean, it's a gut feeling on this one. It's just a gut feeling for me here.
I get it. I'm not happy that we're splitting so many games up already. 3 games that are going to be going a different way for us. I do have to say the Eagles barely beat a mediocre team last week. The Falcons didn't look good, and it was in Philadelphia. It's really
Yeah.
hard for me to trust an elite team when you can barely beat mediocre teams on prime time. Texans Vikings next. Who do you got for this one, John?
I wouldn't be surprised if you pick the Vikings here, but I'm gonna stay true here and pick the Texans. I mean, Texans look solid. The first 2 games of the season, the Colts I think are a solid win. Bears not so much. I mean, Caleb Williams just hasn't looked the best all season. He's thrown a lot of interceptions already, but I mean the Texans still look good. Vikings with a surprising win last week against the 49ers. I mean, I wasn't expecting. I didn't think anything special of the Vikings coming to the season. Already starting off 2-0, so a
Yeah.
really good start. Jay Jettis is looking good. He did get injured. I haven't followed up on that, so I'm not really sure. I think he's active, so I shouldn't. I don't think that's a question for the Vikings. But I do have the Texans here winning in a close one, 24-21. I could definitely see the Vikings win this game. And I could be taking L here on this pick.
Yeah, just a status report for Jay Jettis. He said that there is a good chance that he will play.
Yeah, I think it was too severe
Hoping
though.
on he played. He had a quad contusion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have an interesting stat about the Texans, which is not a stat, it's just what I've been noticing. They go to the red zone, they can't convert. They have been incapable of converting in the red zone, and the only way they've been winning these games is because the other offenses have played like kind of like crap until like the
Yeah.
fourth quarter with the Colts. We learned today that the Colts offense is not that good, or last week. Now they're facing a real good offense, and again, I'm gonna just stick with these home advantages. I'm gonna lean at the home teams, and I think Vikings being at home, you got the Skull crowd, everyone's healthy. Sam Darnold's been playing really well, and they can't convert in the red zone, and so I'm gonna have the Vikings winning this one, 31
Mm,
to 20.
okay.
Tough loss for the Texans. That's just how I just think it's another gut decision. These are hard games. I
Yeah.
don't know how we're splitting this often because this could really screw me up. But next, I'll start. I have the Buccaneers winning
Are you done?
28-13.
All right. Well, as I said last week, predicted it. Broncos going to lose. Bo Nix with another 2 interception game. He did pass like 270, but it was a bunch of garbage time yards. So I'm picking the Bucks here. Bucks looked really good last week. I'll say beating the Lions. Lions still are a solid team, even though they haven't looked the best. I still think they're a really good team. The Bucks just came in there, had a solid performance. Baker Mayfield looks good. So I'm gonna have the Bucks winning here, 27-19.
Yeah, I mean, Bucks look great. Packers Titans status update for Jordan Love. As of Wednesday, he returned to practice, and the Packers are hopeful that he can start against their game against the Titans, and they probably won't need him because the Titans defense has looked pretty darn good. With that being said, the Packers defense has looked really good. Really good last week against the Colts. I think if Jordan Love plays or Malik Willis plays, I think the Packers will win this one, and I'm gonna have the Packers winning 21-17.
Yeah, same for me. I don't really think it matters whoever plays in this game. I think Josh Jacobs is just going to keep running the rock, just going to keep feeding him. He's just going to keep going, racking up these yards. Yeah, like I said, Malik Willis plays W for the Packers. Jordan Love plays W for the Packers. I got him winning here 30-17.
Next, we got the Bears and the Colts. Who do you got in this one, John?
I do have the Colts getting their first one of the season here. I think they had a rough first games. Texans loss was rough. Last week was a rough loss. I think they could have won that game, but they just played poorly in the first couple quarters. I do have it's a close one between the Bears, but I think the Colts defense will be able to feed off Caleb Williams, just not looking the best here. So I have Colts winning 27-24.
Yeah, I think I want to pick the Colts here too, and I'm going to go with home advantage as my reasoning for this one. Both defenses have looked pretty solid. Both offenses have looked mediocre. So I think this could go really either way. It's just going to be which offense decides to bring out as much as they can on that given day. And I think that a home advantage will inspire Anthony Richardson to maybe throw more deep balls. I know that Josh Downs is wide receiver 2 is coming back, and likewise Keenan Allen, wide receiver 2 for the Bears, is coming back. I have the Colts winning this one as well. And I'm going to go a low scoring affair, or relatively low scoring, 24-13 Colts. Chargers versus Steelers. I think, in my opinion, this is the hardest game to predict this week. I think this one could go either way. Both teams haven't played any good teams, so we don't really know what to expect out of either of them. Who do you got in this one, John?
I'm gonna have to go with the Steelers in this game. They've just been feeding off these poor quarterback play. I mean, I haven't seen nothing special from Justin Herbert. I mean, he played the Panthers, a really bad team, and he still had mediocre stats. He threw an interception too. I think the Steelers defense is gonna be able to feed off this. I have a close game and an odd scoring game as well, 17-15 Steelers.
Yeah, as of Wednesday, Herbert has missed practice. I don't know if he's going to be ready for the game. And if he's not ready, the Chargers aren't going to win. I'm going to once again go with home advantage. The Steelers are at home. I'm going to pick them. I think terrible towels and the defense will feed off of that energy. And so, even though Justin Fields is starting and he's looked all right, even though he's starting and he's been getting some touchdowns, they haven't really scored that many points. So, I think that I'm going to rely on the Steelers defense and TJ Watt to shut down that of the Chargers, even though Joe Alt has looked amazing as an offensive lineman for the Chargers.
Yeah,
Um,
that's it.
but I'm going to have the Steelers winning this one 20-10.
Hmm.
Next, we have the Dolphins and the Seahawks. Tua. Yeah, Tua. I have the Seahawks winning 34-10.
Yeah, same here. The reason I have this too, I have the Hawks winning 20-13.
Yeah, no, I just don't trust the Dolphins. And unlike some teams, like the team I'm going to talk about next, the Dolphins' backup quarterback is not better than their starting QB. And that team, of course, that I'm talking about is the Panthers, where Andy Dalton, former Bengal player, he brought us to many playoff appearances. It's going to be taking over Bryce Young's job. Bryce Young, I don't feel bad for you. As an NFL quarterback, no matter what NFL team you play for, you should be throwing for more than 100 yards. I don't care how bad your wide receivers are, your offensive line is, you can't be throwing like 2 interceptions a game in 50 yards. You have Deontay Johnson, Adam Thielen, and Xavier Legette. Those are not bad wide receivers whatsoever. I don't feel bad for Bryce Young. I've said this in the past. I don't like Alabama QBs. Andy Dalton's coming in. Andy Dalton I think, will probably give more points to the Panthers. And I think if the Panthers were playing a team like the Titans, I think I would choose the Panthers, honestly. But I think the Raiders looked too good against the Ravens last week for me to pick against them. And so I have the Raiders winning this one 31-26.
Yeah, I mean, same here. I mean, Bryce Young just hasn't looked good. I think Andy Dalton's going to be a lot better than Bryce Young in this case. I mean, yeah, as Andrew said, they have some legit weapons. I mean, Xavier Legette looked really good in training camp. Deontay Johnson's always been good. And Adam Thielen is a solid receiver in certain games. I think the Panthers defense is also not the best. They did give up a lot of points to the Saints, but the Saints have been scoring. And they let the Chargers put up a fair amount too. And the Chargers offense, I just don't see being that good either. So I do have the Raiders putting up a lot here, have winning 30-20. Raiders did look good last week, beat the Ravens. It's one of those games where the Ravens just don't play well. It's happened in the past years where they just don't have good games. I think the Raiders got lucky with that one, but I mean, they're playing the Panthers, so I still got them winning here.
Do you have to give the Raiders credit for coming back in that environment? You're in Baltimore. You have to give Gardner Minshew a credit, especially with how much like hate he got last week to have the balls, create game-winning drives like that.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, we both got the Raiders there. We both got the Seahawks. So we've had a lot of similar predictions, and I think it's going to keep going on here. 49ers, Rams. I'm sorry, Rams. I was super high on you. Both of these teams, injuries can ruin seasons, and these two teams have been battered the past couple of weeks. Puka Nacua out, Cooper Kupp out, Kittle out, Debo out, CMC out. So many players out. What are you going to do? Unfortunately, 49ers are a lot more solid as a team rather than relying on just individual players. I think Brock Purdy will have another bad game, but the 49ers defense will carry them to a 20-13 win.
Yeah, I know. It's just sad to see all these injuries happen at the beginning of the season, especially to two playoff contending teams. You know, these teams had a lot of hope coming into the season too. So just a rough start for them. But I do also have the 49ers winning here. I think it's going to be a really close game. I think the Rams, they haven't played that bad. I mean, the Cards game was bad. The Cards game was bad, I will say. I think that was a fluke game, I'll give them. But they looked really good in that Lions game. I really think they should have won that game. Cards game was bad, though. But 49ers didn't look good last week. But, I mean, 49ers do have more depth. Jordan Mason is still a really good running back, in my opinion. I think Brock Purdy will have a bounce back game. I don't think he's going to play as bad as he did against the Vikings. So I have the 49ers winning here in a close game, 28-25.
Yeah, no, it'll be definitely a close game. I agree. I think it'll be more low scoring than you have it. Next, we have some really good string of games coming up now in our predictions. Lions versus the Cardinals. We're in Arizona. Lions are coming off a tough loss to a really good Bucks team. Cardinals are coming off a super dominant win. I think you're going to go with the Cardinals here, but tell me what you got.
I've been high on the Cardinals this whole year. I told you James Conner's going to be good. Told you Kyler Murray was going to be good. And look what we just seen in that last game. Big dub. Marv looked good. I haven't been high on Marv, I will say. I didn't think that was a good pick in the draft. But, man, did he look good last week. 2 touchdowns, 180 yards or so. So, yeah, he looked really good. I want to pick the Lions here super bad. I think they just had a rough loss last week. But I'm going to have to stick with my guy. I'm going to have to go with the Cards here, 23-18.
Yeah, I want to pick the Guards here because I think they're a better team, but I'm going to stick with my gut and go with the Lions. I think that Marvin Harrison was a great draft pick. I haven't heard anybody talk about that being a bad draft pick. That surprised me.
Well, he did look bad week 1, I will say.
They didn't throw to him. I mean, I don't know what you're supposed to do when you're not throwing to your number Your
He had
number
four.
one.
He had 4 targets. I mean, that's plenty to keep going.
All right. He was wide open in the end zone. Anyway, Marv showed that he can play amazing. He got a lot of points. And the Lions, they had a tough week. It's sometimes weeks are going to be like that. One thing I have to say about the Stan Campbell team is that they don't get like distracted by a loss. They come, they get it, they'll come back. They have a lot of enthusiasm in the locker room, a lot of motivation to be better. And so I have the Lions winning this one. I think it's going to be a great game, 30-27.
Yeah.
This is a coin flip. Let's be honest. I think this is a coin flip. Ravens, Cowboys. I'm really curious as to who we got here. This is a super hard game to predict. Obviously, the Ravens played poorly, and the Cowboys both played poorly, but they both looked pretty good week one. Who do you got in this one, John?
Yeah, I mean, again, I just think this is a toss-up here early in the season. I mean, they're both coming off rough losses. I will say the Saints are definitely a better team than the Raiders, though. So
Mhm.
I will give the benefit to the Cowboys there. But I mean, this just to me is just a toss-up. I mean, if Lamar Jackson has himself a day, the Ravens will win. If the Cowboys defense, forces 2 turnovers, I think the Cowboys win. But overall, I think the Cowboys pull out a win here. They do have home field advantage in this game, which I really think will help them out in the end. So I have them winning 24-23. Really close game here.
Yeah, I think I could go either way here, but I don't think I want to keep betting against you and splitting games. So I'm gonna go with the Cowboys here as well. And
Yeah.
I don't go against home field advantage. Simple as that. I think I'm choosing the Cowboys here no matter what because home field advantage really can do things, especially in these first couple of weeks, especially as teams aren't adjusted to it being in training camp all the time. And the Ravens had played 2 home games in a row. They're coming into Dallas. I know Dallas just got destroyed at home, but these Saints look good. And so I think the Dallas defense will be able to shut down Derrick Henry, force Lamar to throw that ball.
Yeah.
As long as they just put a linebacker on a QB spy, everything will be fine. Watch me say that, and Lamar runs for 150 yards, though. But I have the Cowboys winning 31-27. Another really good game. And it's
Yeah.
crazy to think that the Ravens might start 0-3. Who would have predicted that?
Not me, man.
Chiefs, Falcons, Sunday night football? Why the heck do the Falcons have 2 primetime games already? Who wants to watch the Falcons? I get they just beat the Eagles, but who really wants to watch primetime Falcons football? I don't want to watch the Chiefs anymore. I mean, the Chiefs and the refs. I can't do it. I can't keep watching games get decided by real refs. I think it was a pass interference call, um, but I'm sick and tired of games being called by the refs. It's really making me mad, and I don't like watching these games. I don't think I'll be tuning into this game. Um, anyway, the Chiefs will win. I have the Chiefs winning like what 27. Let's say 27-17.
All right, Andrew just a little mad about the game last week. Well, I'd be mad too, so I can't really blame him. I
Anybody
think
would.
the I think the Falcons. I really think this is a solid team. Rough lost week 1, came back in the Eagles game, pulled it out. A win's a win at the end of the day. I think this could really get them going. But I'm still picking the Chiefs here. 21-20, kind of a low scoring game. I think this could be kind of a slugfest. I don't think Patrick Mahomes is going to play the best. Travis Kelce really hasn't been there all season long. And I think this could really come down to the wire. We're not really surprised if I see the Falcons win this game, but I mean it's the Chiefs, so I can't bet against the Chiefs here. So I'm gonna go Chiefs.
Yeah, you don't bet against the Chiefs. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
Monday Night Football, the first game in the series of Monday Night Footballs, Jaguars and Bills. I'm sorry, Jags fans. Why did you name your stadium Trevor Stadium? Stupidest
Trevor
idea.
May.
At least play good football if you're gonna do that. Stupidest idea. Bills 35-7. Jags, come on. Trevor Lawrence,
Oh,
yeah, 7 points. Yeah, Jags, you need to play better football. Simple as that.
okay. Well, for me, this game was a little harder to pick. I mean, I could see the Jags low key winning this game, low key pulling it out. I think the Bills have looked good. I know. I was the one that predicted them to look good, but this is a game where I can see the Bills kind of falling into a trap game here and taking the L at home. I know it's at home field advantage, all this, but I do see them maybe coming a little close to losing this game. But I'm gonna still pick them. I'm gonna be safe, so I'm
Jags.
gonna go.
The Jags.
Oh, Bills 29, Jags 28. Really close game.
I hate the Jags. I honestly I'm just picking the Jags out of spite because I really think they played terribly. Next,
Yep.
Commanders and my Bengals. It's got to be a bounce back week for us. We played well. Anybody knows that who watched that game knows that we played well. It's unfortunate, but we weren't able to convert in the red zone. This is a good chance. We have a home game. We're in prime time. We need to show people what we're made of. And so I think that we'll win this game 24-14 with our defense standing out. Catch of the year, interception of the decade for my boy, number 29, out of Nebraska, Cam Taylor Britt, the one and only. And that OBJ like interception, amazing. Bengals 24-14.
All right, got done with the plays. I mean, good interception, but didn't do all that, I will say.
It was an amazing interception, no matter what you say. Look at the interception, everybody. Everybody look at Cam Taylor Britt interception and tell me that's not the best interception you will see all season.
Just said it was a great interception. Nothing against it, just didn't glaze him that much. Anyway.
Okay, bud.
Let me get on my pick here. So I do have the same score as Andrew, but I'm playing. I got the Bengals winning 24-14 here. Yeah, he thought I was going to pick them. Nope. I mean, I think the Bengals are just going to win this game. Rough start, 0-2. They played two solid teams, so can't really hate on that. Patriots, solid team. Chiefs, really good team. But Commanders just don't look that good. Couldn't convert in the red zone. I think they had like 7, 8 field goals maybe. Crazy game. So, yep, Bengals 24-14.
Yeah, it's been an unlucky start for the season for 100% for the Bengals. And, it's all about mentality and bouncing back. I watched about 2 hours of press conferences of the Bengals after that game. And I like the mentality that we're looking at. As you can tell, I'm not very happy with how these past couple of weeks have been going, but I think we'll bounce back. Who Dey Nation, thank you for watching All Sports Takes. John, any last words?
Patriots up this week. Let's go.
Hey, we'll see. I like my predictions this week. I think I might steal some games off you, maybe 2 or 3. Let's see.
We'll see.
All right. Thank you for watching All Sports Takes Week 3 predictions. We will see you again on Wednesday night for our Thursday night football predictions. Thank you once again. Peace.
Deuces.